The latest and greatest installment to join the Postal series is a spin-off by Hyperstrange that plants itself firmly in the boomer shooter category. The boomer shooter, for the uninformed, is a subgenre of first-person shooters that focuses on combat that approaches the speed of light, player mobility, and usually a blaring metal soundtrack to match. They're often set to mimic and pay homage to shooters of the 1990s, a la Doom and Power Slave, hence the term boomer shooter. Ah, Quake. That was a good game. Brain Damaged takes all that shooty goodness and some textures from the PlayStation 1 era, then lets you drink hot sauce and literally piss flames at the worst enemies the Postal Dude can dream up. That's not hyperbole either. The entire game occurs in the crack-soaked folds of Dude's dreamscape. Fortunately, this works to the game's advantage. Every weapon, enemy, and situation is a warped simulacrum of Postal's already heightened reality. Everything the Dude knows is taken to the nth degree and pushed beyond real. While not a perfect game, it's a damn near perfect Postal game. All the hallmarks you would come to expect from a new installment are extremely present, laid spread eagle for all to see. The satire is there, along with the potty humor and lowbrow jokes, or should I say, low-brown jokes? The parody skewers sensationalism, as it always has, and the content should come as no surprise with this releasing at the latter end of the pandemic. There's plenty of references to toilet paper hoarding, vaccinations, anti-vaxxers, and even a boss fight with coronavirus itself, all of which feels just a little bit dated at this point. Speaking of references past their prime, there's like memes in Postal Brain Damaged. Dude says, "Okay, boomer."
Okay, boomer.
Which I thought was kind of funny in the menu as a jab at the player, but loses a lot of its punch when it's hurled repeatedly throughout the game. One of the enemies is a complete recreation of like one of those pics where the guy is wearing like a trombone as armor. The one that feels like the biggest spectacle is in the final cutscene of the game, where it's that exact frame from Invincible that became a meme. You know the one. This one. It all feels a little bit weird and like out of place, but I can't help but feel this is kind of emblematic of Postal's style and humor. Always behind the curve, but seemingly on purpose. Like a dad doing the floss dance in front of his kids because he's trying to embarrass them. Postal looks you right in the eye and then makes a reference that's just outdated enough that it's starting to grow mold. The weapons are all decently balanced, and while none of them feel completely useless, you'll find preferences amongst the arsenal. The shotgun with the grappling hook, for instance, is rip and teared directly out of Doom Eternal, and the added mobility can be absolutely crucial. On the other end of that spectrum, the pistol and grenade launcher's secondary fires are both like clunky and underpowered respectively. It's a bit hit and miss. I will say I'm a huge fan of the idea of pushing the Postal IP through different genres. Like I said before, it has some scuffs and imperfections, but the game's identity is served up flawlessly. While a boomer shooter is still a first-person shooter, as have all the Postal games been, except for one. Focus on moment-to-moment gunplay has been an absolute boon to the series. It allows the satire to remain humorous without being overbearing and laborious. It feels almost liberated by the change of pace. Now, what I'm really looking forward to is a Postal turn-based RPG. A man can dream. A man can dream. If you like this review, tell me right now. Don't forget to check out the main channel, and if you're blowing in from that side of YouTube, welcome. Go give my other videos a squiz, and stick around. We've got more content to come. Thanks.